Hi, I am back. Lioness on the Rise is back. I decided I wanted to continue this segment to say why put off what you can do today, tomorrow. And of course we were talking about Thanksgiving and the real true meaning behind it. And shortly I got cut off. And one of the things I want to ask people, which I'll probably do at the end. After Thanksgiving, we know it comes to Black Friday. And, I don't know how much people know. I know that, for those that are out there that are conscious, you all already are aware of a lot of this information. And then some of you who are conscious, you're still learning, you're still growing in your consciousness. So it's, everything is a journey. Black Friday was called Black Friday simply because slaves at that time were auctioned off on Fridays at a very, very cheap rate to other slave masters of plantations of slave masters, the same thing. And so they would do this so they could prepare for for what I understand, take care of their plantations and opportunity to get more slaves. It was like a discount day. Black Friday is discount Friday, Black Friday to buy slaves. So with that being said, now that you're aware, because you can't say you don't know, and for those who, and a lot of people may not appreciate none of my segments, and it's okay. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. The truth is the truth. The Father said, "The truth shall be my shield and buckle," and therefore I'm going to speak the truth. He said, "Spare no feelings." Isaiah chapter 58, spare no feeling, let it be heard. Okay, so this is something that has to be discussed, whether you like it or not, and I'm not going to discuss it in a very apologetic way. I'm going to discuss it as the facts occurred. And as it says, "Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins." So that's what I do. That's, we got to do it. Spare no feeling, spare none. So we know what Black Friday is about. So, as people, Black America, Israelites, when you go out there and you wait in your lines, spend the night in this whatever inclement weather that we're having to buy all of these merchandises, they just have you spending your money, and this is how they are able to keep America running with you. African Black people in America overall spend the most money, and we're going to get into that in a minute. So as that being said, we're going to talk about Christmas now, and go, because Thanksgiving goes right into Christmas. You notice how they back to back. Another month you have to worry about what you're going to buy for gifts and give your children, and all this extravagant amount of money you spend buying gifts. It makes no sense. So let's talk about Christmas, okay? So here it is. The question may arise as to why we refer to Christmas. Again, I'm still reading out of The African People in the European Holidays and Mental Genocide by Ishak Amusa Barashango, all right? In his book. The answer is in two parts. Firstly, the practice of Christmas observance is the essence of ancient customs and beliefs of the Greek, Roman, Teuton, I believe, and Nordics, German, Slavs, and other lately European people, although some vague remnants of African and Asian customs are still remotely present in its celebration, and despite the claim of its exponents that Christmas is the birthday of Jesus Christ, which we shall shortly see that is not. One of the things he also points out, he said, secondly, Christmas supports the existing economic power of the America and the other European countries. What it does, it brings up the slack in the gross national product at the end of the year, and any and everything is put on the market for the consumer to buy. Statistically, Black people are the 99% consumer. That is, we produce less than 1% of the goods in this country, in the world, as a matter of fact. This means, in essence, that as a people, we help keep the economy of the United States of America and the Western world in motion. Isn't that something? In 1978, as a race, we spent over $70 billion in America alone. And that's not taking into account the expenditures and transactions that could not be statistically recorded, which would probably push the figure to over $100 billion. So you see how much black people contribute to this economic powerhouse, right? The system that we live in. And yet we are the poorest people in this country. The term Christmas comes from the Old English Christi Masi, and that's spelled Christemaesse, okay? Which is supposed to mean literally the celebration of the birthday of Christ, whom a correct study of history clearly reveals to be a black Messiah. Alright, so he says, now let's deal with the birth of Jesus Christ, which is, according to Christians, that's why you all celebrate Christmas, right? So let's talk about that. According to the Europeans, it's supposed to have taken place on December 25th. First of all, the date December 25th was commemorated in the ancient world long before Jesus was born as the birth date of Horus in Egypt on the continent of Africa. Horus, one of the many Ethiopians' manifestation of the sun, was the halo sun disk wearing son of Isis and Osiris, born some 4,000 or more years ago. At least 2,000 years before the New Testament Christ, in those days, December 25th was also observed as the birthday of Tammuz, the Babylonian god of love, and the nativity of Mitra, a Persian sun deity, also depicted with a brilliant halo of light around his head. The sacred icon of the Ethiopian sun disk, again, I think some of these names is a little difficult, so I'm going to do my best. I think it's Dionysus, the Roman Bacchus, a Greek adaptation of the Afro-Asian savior god commonly associated with the vine, the vineyard and the wine, was born December 25th. The Greco-Romanized version of Dionysus eventually became a homosexual god of the Europeans, whom they delighted in worshipping through a ceremony which consisted of the men coming together, getting sloppy drunk, stripping themselves and each other naked, and engaging in the filthy practice of the same gender copulation. When the retrobate ritual was over, the men would go home and beat up their wives. During the Imperial Roman period, December 25th was celebrated as the birthday of the agriculture god named Saturn. Alright, I'm going to jump right over down to what he goes on to illustrate more in depth of December 25th and the meaning and the significance of it. December 25th as the birthday of Jesus Christ was adopted until 325 CE, Christian era AD, at the Council of Nicene, the Nicene Council, in an effort to harmonize and systematize, I believe, the complex and diverse Christian dogma which existed at that time. A council of 318 bishops met in the city of Nicaea in the kingdom of, I think it's Bithynia, today's Turkey, at the mandate of the Roman Emperor Constantine. The date accepted by the majority of the European bishops assembled was not finalized until the publishing of the Philocalian calendar, I believe that's pronounced right, Philocalian calendar, by the Roman Catholic Church in 354 CE. Note that this date was set some 325 years after the birth of Jesus Christ was supposed to have taken place. Observation on the part of the European Christian Church that other rival religions celebrated the birthday of their savior gods was the motivating factor behind this action. So the European Christians decided to set aside a day to commemorate the birth of the Europeanized Jesus. And I'm going to stop right there. because now you know. If everyone didn't know, now you know what December 25th really is all about. And this holiday that we so-called we celebrate this Christmas. And I wanted to make this because I think it's so extremely imperative that you understand that all of the money that you black people, black poor people, that are running down, killing yourselves, you have to have this, you have to have that. These people are pimping you. This American system, economic system that is set up primarily by white Europeans and the elites, it is pimping you. They are living off of your labor and your financial income. They are living. That's why you can't. I mean, we all know. I mean, you may not want to show it, and you all have a good way of putting up a smoke screen, like you got it going on, and this is flowing. But we know that you're suffering behind the scenes. I know that. And you're going from paying from Paul to Peter, robbing Paul to pay Peter and Mary Jane and everybody else in order to survive and maintain this image that you all are caught up in. And they keep running it to you. You keep sitting and you watch TV, and they are programming you through the TV. Sometimes people sit there and they watch TV, and they all of a sudden they have an urge to go and get something that they really don't even need. And they never even really had a desire to purchase. But then they say, I went and bought this and I don't even know why I really got this. You must ask yourself a question. You must pay attention to these things. This is a form of mind control. That's why I played Stephen Marley's song, to illustrate and give you the example of what he's talking about. Don't let them mold your mind, because that's what they have done. They have molded your minds. Molded your mind is so much so that they can control how you spend, where you spend, and what you spend it on. And you need to understand this, because that's exactly what it is. That's what the Proverbs is talking about. The ants took care of their own. We do not take care of our own. We are a completely divided people, and you all don't seem to get this. So many people are trying to alert the Israelite sleeping people about who they really are and the power they possess within themselves. The Most High is telling you to wake up. Get up, sluggard. Get up. It's time for you to wake up. The time has come. You have no more time left. You keep thinking it's a joke. You keep thinking everything looks the same, because they keep shoving things down your throat through media and social media. Nothing seems to change. Movies are coming out. You're going to work every week. You keep getting your paycheck. Oh, nothing ain't going to happen. That is just a front. It is nothing but a serious, deep deception. And I'm about to run out of time. I got a minute left. And I know a lot of my tubes, a lot of my shows I make, I never ask you guys to subscribe. I'm asking you all to please subscribe. You know, the views, I don't care. I mean, if 20 people listen, I hope 20 people got it. Or out of 20, maybe 4 got it. I'm grateful for that. So it doesn't matter to me if you don't listen to me, you don't like what I have to say, because the truth is an offense, but it's not a sin. So therefore, I'm going to speak the truth. As long as I'm speaking the truth according to what the Most High wants me to speak, and as long as it is the truth, I know I have His support, and for He is the one, He is my motivator. And the other thing too, really quick before we get off, please check out Hebrew the Negroes Network. I provided you the website and the segment with the porn. Please look into it. Discover who you are. The book will change your life. Understand, because there's a deception in the world. So many religions. The enemy, the devil, has deceived the whole world. And I don't think you all truly understand how deep that deception goes. Peace and blessing, all praises unto Yah and Yahushua. Keep strong. Wake up, people.